looking for easy things, well, you don't need to be looking at this video. So go on. This video ain't for you. What's up, everybody?
Welcome to the pen.
What are we going to do today? Well, today is Deadlift Day.
My favorite day.
But first, we're going to touch on something else. We're going to touch on this new book, The Barbell Prescription. Strength training for life after 40. Oh, God, I just ain't got no strength left in me. Oh, God. The reason I got this book is because I've been struggling with some recovery, probably been struggling with some ego lifting, honestly. And I wanted to, and I kept hearing Mark Ripito talk about this. When I try to listen to some of his excerpts, some of his podcasts, so on and so forth, he always touches on what's in this book, but he never really goes in any depth. His go-to line is, just read the damn book. So I'm going to read the damn book, you know. This book right here gives you the knowledge to put together an unlimited amount of programs, okay? As I said, it explains to you what program you might need based on your status as a beginner or whatever. And it'll walk you through, as I've said, the novice stages of being a lifter after 40, into the intermediate, advanced intermediate, and then on into the advanced. And I'm happy to say that there's actually a section in this book that touches on power lifters who are over 40 and 50 and 60. It'll tell you right off the bat, when you're a competitive lifter, that's something that you plan your vacations around, family events, you plan your meals around it, you plan your rest schedule around it. It's a part of your life just as much as anything else. Okay, now, when you're a novice, when you're intermediate, and even advanced, that might not necessarily be the case. There's a lot of wiggle room. When you do this for competition, it's a way of life. And while I do compete, I look at it as more of a hobby than obviously a profession. You know, there's only a handful of professional powerlifters in the world. I just do it because I enjoy being strong, and I always like to see if I can push my limits. Now, that being said, I've created a new program. Now, this is pretty much just straight out of that book, but that book tells you on no uncertain terms that these workouts are extremely flexible, and they're to be created based on an individual basis. Your coach and the individual, if you have a coach, need to tailor make these workouts according to you, because not everybody can recover the same. Some people can stay in the intermediate stage a lot longer, and that's where you want to be. I mean, really, if I could still be making novice gains, I would. That means I'll be getting stronger every workout. When you're an intermediate, that means that you're making progress from week to week, you know, maybe a series of 2 or 3 or 4 workouts during that week, and you're getting stronger every week. You're making progress. As you become an advanced lifter, that means that you're actually more likely making progress every 2-3 weeks. And like with this, it's got me on 3 cycles. Each week is a cycle. So this is a 3-week cycle workout. When you're an older advanced lifter, you can look for gains about every 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, because you have exhausted your beginner gains. The work that you have to do in order to stimulate growth in your muscles is so hard that you just can't recover from that shit on a week-to-week basis. When you're a novice, you can recover between workout to workout because you're not strong enough to really put yourself in a position where you can't recover. When you're an intermediate, you put yourself in a position that you can't recover except from week to week. When you're an advanced lifter, you're strong enough, you're pushing enough weight to where it might take you 10 or 12 days to recover. You know, like me, I've been on a 9 or 10 day cycle between lifts, between bench presses, between squats, between deadlifts, because I just couldn't recover. Tom Platt said at his best, he could only work out once every 2 weeks. That's twice a month in order for him to grow. Tom Platt was incredibly strong, and I can understand why. And he probably put himself through immortal hell when he was doing his legs workout. I know he did. That takes a long time to recover from. Now this workout, I've already went through the whole book and got my own personal numbers programmed in. It's got me starting with 405 today. My 1 rep max is 540 on deadlift. And that matters when you're programming all this, because it's going to have you doing 75%, 80%, and then, you know, a deload week on the third week of like 70%, and then, you know, a performance week, an intensity week, which is 90%. Kind of reminds me of 5-3-1 in that way. This workout is an actual master's powerlifting workout that came from that specific chapter in the book. All right. And I'm going to give it a try. I like to do different workouts for the audience. And that way you can see if they're good, if they're for you at the same time I do it. So I'm going to take all this through about a 3-week cycle. And like I said, this is not a rigid workout. You know, if I need to tinker with it, find out that I'm not recovering, I can. I can cut back a set, or I can do that. I can tailor make this workout. Now, yes, I could tailor make the workout to where it's just so damn easy that I won't grow from it. If you're looking for easy things, well, you don't need to be looking at this video. It's boring. This video ain't for you. When you tailor make a workout, the idea is to put in the least amount of effort and get the maximum amount of growth. That makes sense, right? Well, I want to work hard. When I say least amount of effort, why would you want to do 3, 4, 5 extra sets if it's not going to get you stronger? If it's actually going to use up your recovery ability and hinder you from putting on muscle before the next workout. That's what I mean when I say that. It's not about not working hard. It's about putting your effort in a lesser amount of reps and a lesser amount of sets, or at least the necessary amount. And that's why we create programs. Okay? Now, I've talked enough. Let's get started. I do want to touch on one thing. 405 times 5 reps times 2 has got me lifting 405 10 times. Okay? That's really nothing. But this is just the first workout of a new program. Next week, it'll have me increase the weight to 430 pounds, and I'll lift it for 5 times 2. And then the next week, it'll have me going to 375 and lifting it for just 5 reps. Of course, this doesn't include warm-up reps. So I'm still going to be working with 315, 365, yada, yada, yada for sets of 5 and so on and so forth. And then on the 4th week, it'll have me pulling 485 for a set of 3. And of course, I'll have the warm-up reps. I'll be working with 315, 365, 405, and probably 440 for a set of 3 or 4, and then I'll be pulling 385. So you still got to warm up to this weight. Now, do I feel like I can do more than this on deadlifts? Yes, I do. But the idea is not about doing more. It's about doing the precise amount to grow. If this is all you need to do to grow and get stronger, then why would you do more? So we're going to see if this works. You know, if I'm stronger in 3 weeks, then I'll stick with it and I'll rinse and repeat, and the weight on the bar will increase. I would love to be able to get my deadlift up to 575 by the end of the year. You know, I'm already at 540, probably could pull 550 on a good day. I can squat 550. I should be able to pull it. So we'll give it a shot. Let's do it. This program right here actually does have me doing accessory work after the main lifts. Usually a good program will. I'm gonna go ahead and include every set of the workout right here. Some people are very literal and they need to see that information just for everything to make sense. You know, they just have to. They don't want any information left out, or else they don't feel like they can get a complete understanding of the subject. So again, yours might look different. It's okay if it looks different. Onward. So I've decided for my accessory exercise, I'm going to do some barbell rows. So we're going to put 225 on the bar. Remember, if it don't touch your stomach, it don't count. I'm going to try to get 3 sets of 5 with this. Got to get set, get those lats set. Okay? almost like you're trying to get set for a deadlift, like the top portion of a deadlift, but instead of getting down like this, just kind of stop about right there. You know what I mean? Woo-hoo. Pretty good. I think that'll be a good weight. Not too heavy, not too light. We're going to ease into this new program intelligently. All right, that's going to wrap up this deadlift portion of this new powerlifting workout that I've got for masters. I've got it out of this book. There's just so much information in this book. I couldn't begin to touch on it in one video. Okay? But I can show you what I learned as I learned it. Okay? Then you can see if it's for you or not. So anyway, I appreciate you guys tuning in. And remember, never be afraid.
Get in the pit.